we can achieve from the rest of today's session. We've got readings, but I also hope we can have a bit of time at the end to talk about the writing process. And I think Steve's nominated me to begin, and I have to say I don't normally read myself, so this is quite an unusual experience for myself. And what I want to do is sort of present 3 related poems which deal with items that are potentially political, but I want to think more about the human and the emotional more than the political. And the first one doesn't yet have a title, but it's a description of 1986 on a family holiday where we visited a newly demolished Butlins holiday camp in Filey. And I wanted to think about that, and I wanted to also think about something that I was very moved by, which was a documentary I watched about the liquidators in Chernobyl following the Chernobyl disaster. So I think it's going to be called something like 1986, The Rubble of Butlins and the Rubble of Pripyat. And I'm going to mention Masha. Masha is the code names of one of the locations of the highly irradiated places that were cleaned up by people known as liquidators. So, Masha feels safe under her umbrella. She no longer dribbles graphite. There is no need to shovel her slime over the parapet or brush her news under the carpet. We breathed her air in '86 as we picked through simultaneous rubble, bowed to cold electric string, scared of cows, of everything. Her dust was in us then, particulates gathered by fish-eyed aquarium glass. Our shoes shoveled evidence of life, redcoats, post-war heaps, metallic sharpnesses, curls of former laughter. There was a charged threshold there. We just had to cross it, out of respect for fairground nostalgia. We were children then, and Masha was a new stream. By other heaps, Anatoly probably shuffled, dug in his spade, thought about his egg basket, used his minute to the full. We had a whole week, but still packed a lot in, as our guide uncle introduced us to recent wastelands. In summer blue, we alighted in the car park, eyeing up our rubble ceremony. We didn't know it could come to this. Uncle Sergeant knew. He'd seen Eden in Levant, made bunk fellows of complaining French, all longing for home, a pressure cooker life. Bombs had long descended, but not yet that other, promised in caved-in casements, new pebbles of hard cement. Rex avunculus, patros, such dignity in face of energies unseen, garbled patronymics, how could we address him? Our unbroken CO took many times the dose that the experts recommend, never with a hint of pointed complaint. Suffered flimsy beds, gruel without substance, grunts, snores and cries from unrepresentable comrades in arms. We witnessed the rupture, the fractured vessel, logical eruptions followed. Plumes of heavy air settled upon us. Detritus was transferred, object buried, muck raked, contaminated clothes removed. Liquidation was hard work. It took its toll on my soldier brothers. We feared suspect information, air. The burden was toe-capped in rubble dust. No molasses spray could shift it. It was buried in our glands. Exposed to rare grits, we bravely summer on. The hot fissures disperse uncertain specks in micrograms of love. That's all.